Hey there, Charlotte, North Carolina. It's Jimmy Grappone here, local realtor with JPAR Carolina Living. I'm licensed both in North and South Carolina. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to go ahead and subscribe so you get regular updates about the local real estate market and also information about what's going on around the Charlotte area. We've got a really cool podcast. We interview local business owners. We talk Carolina sports. So be sure to subscribe so you can see new updates. So now I'm going to get into the Canopy Realtors Association's most recent real estate report. This just came out today, September 14th, 2022, and this has all the numbers from August of 2022. So we always look in hindsight to see what's been happening with the market, and it shows us pretty predictably, future. So let's go ahead and resize my little picture here. So we are in the Charlotte Region Monthly Indicators Report. This is showing August of 2022. Just to hit the highlights real quick, there's been a year-over-year decrease in the number of closed sales from August 2022 versus August of 2021. 16.7% increase year-over-year in the change in median sales price. At one point, we were seeing over 20% of increase. So we're starting to see the appreciation of home values slow. We're nowhere near the negative, but home value appreciation year-over-year is starting to slow now. And then we are seeing a 25.8% year-over-year change in homes for sale. So what that says is we have more inventory available, finally. Now, as you'll see here in a minute, by no means are we at a balanced market yet. So a balanced real estate market between a seller's market and a buyer's market is considered when we have about 6 to 7 months of inventory available. As you'll see right here, so it shows new listings were down, inventory grew. These are the numbers that I just hit. The month's supply of homes for sale increased 36.4% to 1.5 months. Now, nationwide, there's about 3.3 months supply at the start of August, where it's only 1.5% here. So Charlotte has about 100 people who are moving to the Charlotte region every single day. So we have higher demand than the national average. Based on this, I'd say we have about double the demand for housing on a national average. And then they point out here, inflation, higher interest rates, and fears of a potential recession have taken a toll on buyers and sellers this summer, leading many people to stay on the sidelines to see what's going to happen. But many experts, including National Associations of Realtors chief economist Lawrence Yun, believes that the worst of inflation may be over. And although sales prices remain up from this time last year, price growth is expected to moderate in the months ahead as the market continues to shift in a more buyer-friendly direction. So I saw a report just recently that was showing for the 150 largest markets in the United States, about 98 of them were showing downward pressure on home values, whereas the other 52, we're still seeing level or increase, continuing home values continuing to increase. And the stat they showed for the Charlotte region was a 2.5% decrease in home value from its peak. So it's kind of in line with what I'm expecting for the next year. I would say for the next 12 months, 9 to 12 months, I would expect anywhere probably between a 3 to 5% decrease to a 3 to 5% increase in value year over year. So I'm kind of hedging my bets. I'm not saying that home values are definitely going to increase in the next year or that they're definitely going to decrease in the next year. Though historically, I do expect home values to continue to increase. I think we might have a slight correction, but keep in mind, home values have increased out of a magnitude of 30 to 40%, depending on different regions and different communities and price points around the area. But if you've gained 40% of equity in your home in the past 2 years, and then your home value dips down 3 to 5%, and then it starts coming back up, you're still doing pretty well. And if you buy a home this year and your home value dips 3 to 5% next year, well, most people who are buying a home this year are not planning to sell in 12 months. So if you're planning to stay in the home, at least 3 to 5 years, then you should I would expect you to at least get a return on your investment. And instead of paying somebody else's mortgage, your landlord or your landlord, the apartment company, you're still paying your own mortgage and you're gaining equity in the home. So buying a home is still a good investment. It's a great thing to do to establish stability, in your life, for yourself, for if you have a family. Also financial stability as well, because like I said, generally speaking, home values are going to increase and you're paying into that. You're not paying rent for someone else. All right, so let's jump into a couple more stats here. This just shows some graphs, so you have some visuals here. This is for the Charlotte region. So new listings, you can see, and let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see better. All right, so new listings, this hash mark right here shows this year versus this time last year. So you can see that new listings are down. You see the graph here is a little higher than it is right here. Pending sales were down as well. So here's August of 2021 right here versus August of 2022. So they were down 18%. And then closed sales, you can see the graph is lower here. Now, listing to close, so that's the number of days it takes from the time a sign is put on the yard and it goes active on MLS to the time it closes. That went up 7.4%. Total days on market increased from 15 to 19 days on market. Cumulative days on market, about the same. The average list price for the Charlotte region went from $394,000 last year to $460,000 essentially this year. And the average sales price, pretty close right here between average list price and average sales price. So last year in August, the average sales price was about $1,000 less than the asking price. And this year it was about $400 less than the asking price. Median sales prices as well. So you see it's pretty consistent, 16.7 to 16.9% increase in value. So if you bought a house in August and you gain 17% of home value, and if it dips down maybe 3 to 5% in the next year and then comes back up to meet that level in 2023, and then continues to grow up from there, you're still doing pretty well on your investment. So the percentage of original list price received dipped from 101.5% last August to 98.5% this August. And that is reflective in the ability, it's shifting more, the market is shifting towards behaving more like a buyer's market, meaning that there's actually the opportunity now in lots of instances to negotiate. So for the past year and a half to 2 years, when you're a buyer and you're going out and looking at homes, and it's a home that's priced reasonably, it's in good condition, good location, it's a desirable home, most houses were getting multiple offers. And even if they weren't, there was this threat, this belief, the chance that they were getting multiple offers. And buyers really didn't have a chance to negotiate off of the listing price very often. In most cases, they were bidding over the asking price. And if you were in North Carolina, they were putting down large due diligence deposits as well. So we're shifting away from that back towards a more traditional market, in the sense where in lots of cases where buyers are actually able to negotiate on the sales price and not necessarily have to offer the asking price or offer above the asking price. So that's a good thing, I believe, for the house, for the market. Now, the housing affordability index has gone down. This time last year it was 95. Now it's down to 67. So 100 is like the average affordability index. I remember a couple years ago, our affordability index in the Charlotte region was like 120, 130. So we were in one of the more affordable areas in the country. And as demand has increased so much here and our home values have increased so much, we've gone from being more affordable than average to being less affordable than average. Now, the actual number of homes available for sale has increased. There's about 1,400 more homes for sale in August of 2022 versus 21. And the month supply of inventory increased from 1.1% to 1.5%. So I'll scroll through these charts as well. If you want to see them more carefully, I'll let you pause them. This shows new listing data, pending sales data, and closed sales data. So it shows on the left, the gray chart shows August of 2021 versus 2022, and it even goes back to 2020. And then this is the year to date in the green. List to close, this is the number of days it takes from the time it goes on the market to the time it closes. And this is days on market until the sale. So my expectation would be that we're going to get back to so this is pre-pandemic numbers right here. So this back here, 2010, any of the numbers you see from back in 2000, really from 2008, 9, 10, this is the crash. This was the housing market crash back here. And then the numbers generally have gone down. So I would expect numbers to start to come back to a pre-pandemic level. So if you're looking at pre-pandemic, really anything before January of 2020. And when you're looking at the charts also, you'll also see kind of a trough down here that, so days to close, houses close quicker in the spring and summer because that's when there's the most activity. And so you see a consistent seasonal graph here. Days on market, cumulative days on market, average list price, which we hit on earlier, average sales price, median sales price. So home values, home prices going up, percentage of original list price received. So you see for most of last year and the early part of this year, on average, people were getting more than what they asked for on the sale of their home. Now, they're getting a little bit less, which is more common. Going back here, we didn't really get over 100% as an average until early 2021. And, the early months of 2022 and the spring and summer of 2021, people were getting much more than they asked. But if you look historically, look at 2019, the average was just over 95% of the asking price. So sellers are still doing pretty well right here. If you chart this, going across several years back, look at 2011, they were only getting about 88% of the asking price. Housing Affordability Index. So this shows, so the number 120, an index of 120 means the median household income is 120% of what's necessary to qualify for median priced home under prevailing interest rates. So Charlotte used to have a higher number, now 67. So that's affordable. That means that the median household income is 2/3 of what's necessary to qualify for the median priced home under prevailing interest rates. So housing affordability has gone down this year. Inventory of homes for sale is going up. It's still historically very low. So, look at this back here. In 2008, we had 30,000 homes for sale on the market in Charlotte. That's a strong buyer's market. 2013, this is when I got into the market back here. We had 19,000 homes on the market. We have 6,738 homes on the market August of this year. And here's the month supply of inventory. So it's funny, I got into real estate here in the Carolinas in September of 2023. We had right about 6 months of inventory back then. So that was considered a balanced market. And since I've been in the game, it's become more and more of a seller's market. So no correlation directly with me, just what's happening with the market. Real quick too, we're going to look at one, we'll look at this as well. This is the August residential sales trends across the region. I'm going to look at a few counties that I work in pretty often. So Cabarrus County, that's where Concord and Harrisburg are located. Home sales were down 33.1%. And inventory of homes increased 61.6% year over year. Let's see. Another place is Mecklenburg County. That's where Charlotte is. So Mecklenburg County closed sales decreased 24%. New listings decreased 16%. Supply of inventory increased to 1.3 months. Inventory of homes for sale increased 20%. Average sales price and median sales price increased by 16.5% to 16.9% year over year. Average list price was up 22%. Percentage of the original list price went down 3.2%, so 98.9% of the asking price. And you can pause it on any of these to read about any of these stats right here. Union County, North Carolina. So these three counties I work as well. So my big three counties that I focus on are going to be Mecklenburg County and Union County in North Carolina, Lancaster County and York County in South Carolina, because I live in South Charlotte. I am licensed in North and South Carolina, and I also help people on the north side. So I had a closing just a few weeks ago up in the Davidson area, which is north. It's actually in the north side of Mecklenburg County. had closings in Mooresville, Rowan County. I had a closing just recently, or actually I have a closing coming up in Catawba County as well, in Harrisburg. So if you have real estate needs anywhere in the Charlotte region, I can help you out. I got you covered there. So Union County home sales down 17.8%. Lancaster County, South Carolina home sales were only down 3.6%. So it's a smaller number of total sales, but the average number of sales didn't really go down nearly as much as you saw in these other places. York County down 28.4%. So that's the thing too. When you're looking at this data, the numbers are not. We have the numbers for the whole region that we can look at, and that's usually when we're talking big picture. We look at the Charlotte region numbers. You can look at the national numbers. That's one thing. Then you can look at that shows what happening all over the country. Then they'll break down stats to regions. So you have like the Southeast region, you have the Northeast, you have the Midwest, and you have the West. So you have these 4 national regions as well that'll chart and be broken down. Then you'll see state by state numbers. And then we break it down to the Charlotte region, which encompasses localities both in North and South Carolina around the Charlotte area. I think it's 16 counties that are in the Charlotte area. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 counties encompass the Canopy area. So for the Charlotte region. So we cover more of the state, but for the Charlotte region, it's 14 counties. So the data breaks down even more specifically when you go county to county, and then even more specifically when you're getting into towns, and then even more when you're looking at individual neighborhoods and communities and price points. So that's something that if you are, if you're in the market, if you're thinking about buying or selling a house, working with an agent who can help you analyze the data and really understand what's going on in the real estate market is important if you want to be able to succeed in the market and what you're trying to do. So that's one of the things that I kind of pride myself on is being knowledgeable of what's happening in the local markets, especially the very local markets that I work in, and knowing that I have the tools and how to use the tools to get that information that's provided here by Canopy Realtor Association. Thanks so much for watching. This has been the latest market update report for August of 2021. It's mid-September right now, so these reports usually come out mid-month after the following month has closed. So look for more updates here, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care. And again, if you have any real estate related needs, you can contact me directly through social media, through my website, jimmygrapponerealtor.com. You can email me at jimmygrapponerealtor@gmail.com, or you can call or text me at 704-313-8514. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.